Welcome to the Mid Morning Show with Kamil. I am your host Kamil, and my today's guest is Iben. Hello, Iben.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Iben?
I'm good. I'm good. Just had a dinner. The weather is nice. So, yeah, can't complain.
The weather is nice. You sure?
It's nice. What do you
It's like
mean? Yeah,
it's cold.
yeah, we're in the middle of November.
But
Of course it's cold.
But today I feel especially cold. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's much colder than yesterday. Don't you think?
Mm. Yeah, there you do have that like winter kind of like ice cold setting in a bit,
Hmm.
where it's just like really freezing. But I kind of like it when it's like no clouds and
Well,
no wind and
yeah,
just
like
fresh.
the skies are nice, of course. If it would stay like around this temperature, then that would be fine. But yeah, I'm afraid that it will go lower, in temperature
Yeah.
degrees, and with the energy prices, with the gas prices,
Oh shit, yeah,
where
that's
they
true.
are now. Like
Yeah.
I'm asking people around me, and no one is heating yet
No, us neither. We
because
just
yeah,
we just keep piling on more clothes instead of turning the heating
yeah,
on.
because I don't want to pay the Putin tax, and
No.
I don't want to satisfy him, and at least this remotely, I want to show that we can do it. We don't need his gas to
Yeah.
survive, and that's the plan. But of course, maybe at one point we would be forced to turn on some heating, because we live in I live in a old flat. It was not renovated for a long time, so it doesn't have like thicker walls.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
the which is plus during summer, that you have like a more cooler ambient temperature, but it's a negative during winter.
Yeah, and it's easier in summer to just put a fan up, I would assume, to just
Yeah, it's
keep the
easier
air
to
going with
deal
that.
with the heat because uh, you- the temperatures are better
Yeah.
here in value inside. So Iben, as per my tradition, I just want to ask you if you can tell us where do you come from?
I come from Norway, actually. The second largest city in Norway called Bergen. It's on the southwest side, so like the bottom circle,
Okay.
kind of. And to the west side, around where all of the fjords are, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The famous Trolltunga and everything. It's
Okay.
in that area-ish.
And where do you live now?
Right now I live in Brno, the Czech Republic. I came here, I guess it's almost 2 years ago now, actually, that I've been
Okay.
here. Just finished my studies in Norway, and then I showed up here to live with my girlfriend.
So that's quite some time that you have spent here
I
in
am
Brno.
still
But
struggling with the language.
let me ask you about. We were talking about weather just now, so
Mm.
maybe I just wanted to know: are the weather stereotypes for Norway true? Like, is it really cold all year round? How are the summers in Norway? At least where you live in Norway.
Um, it's always fun actually because when I first moved here, it was winter, so I would always be like cold and freezing, and everyone was like, "Oh, but you're from Norway. You're like got that Viking blood, and you shouldn't be
Yeah.
cold." It is way colder here than it is my hometown. Way, way colder.
Okay.
My hometown is I forget which. I think it's at the end of the Gulf Stream.
Mm-hmm.
So you have those ocean streams, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
one of them just spits hot air into my town specifically. So it rarely goes below -5 degrees tops. And
Really, in Norway.
and this yeah, yeah. Most of the but that's more specific to my town because like I said, the hot weather from the climate kind of
Okay.
gets pushed into Norway.
So how is the
So,
summer?
well,
Is it
that's the other problem with having the streams there. It means that we get a fuck ton of rain. So I
okay?
think in Brno, and many other European cities, especially in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I think it rains maybe 500 millimeters a year,
Mm-hmm.
and my town has an average rainfall of about 2,500.
Okay.
So it's gonna rain over 200 days of the year.
But when it rains, is it like making the making it feel cold, making you feel cold, or is it like this nice rain during summer?
No, it's never nice, the rain in Bergen. It's just cold
Okay.
because the temperatures in summer never go above like 25. And if it rains, it's like less than 20. So yeah,
It doesn't really
just
really rain that much here in this like South
no,
Czech
yeah,
Republic.
I agree. I agree.
But also, but let's get back to. But is it Bergen? Is that right? The
Yeah,
right way?
Bergen, yeah. Yes.
But do you get any snow then if you have this Gulf Stream?
No, that's the other shitty part about the town. Like I said, it never goes below -5, but
Mhm.
always when it rains, it's like high pressure weather, which means it's warm.
Mhm.
So if it snows, it's almost always around 0 degrees. Like not quite in the plus temperatures and not quite in the negatives. So you just get this wet snow, basically.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Just we have a Norwegian word for it, slaps.
So it's
Uh,
a lot of mess on the streets.
Yeah, it's just messy. And then it gets like minus temperatures in the night. So the
Mhm.
snow freezes and then it gets warm during the day. So it thaws again. And then it freezes again during the next night. And then it just cycles like that. It's horrible. So you just have like icy, rock
It's
hard snow.
so far it
And
sounds like
ugh,
it's not that nice in Bergen to
no,
live.
no, no, that's a definite negative.
Like you don't have any you're not in any extreme, but you're like
Yeah,
kind of hovering in like neutral temperatures, let's say.
we're
But
a shitty average.
yeah, and you see, average is fine in
Yeah.
most of the things in your in
Yes.
life, but for this situation, I would say it's not the best.
No,
It's not the
no.
best situation from what I hear from you.
It's just
Uh,
mildly raining always. It's ugh.
okay, I see. Well, we can let's move on to my first question for you. Like first theme
Mhm.
is let's talk about jobs. No, not not like current jobs what you're doing now,
Mhm.
but maybe if we can like I can say something, you can say something like if we can like remember uh, your first jobs. Like, can you remember your first like real job that you were getting paid for? It can be part time, it can be anything.
Yeah, thinking back. I think my first proper job was as a scam seller, like over phone,
Okay.
where we tried to trick people into getting like radon, like radioactive materials, like chips for measurements of those. And I would just have a script where I was just talking all of this conspiracy nonsense
Okay.
about how dangerous it was to try and scare people into buying it. And I was there for about 2 weeks before I quit.
Well, even that sounds familiar to me, as I have also tried a job like that.
Really?
Like calling people, trying to sell something. I guess it's not that unusual. Uh,
No,
you
I think
know,
it's pretty common.
to get yourself in a situation like that. It was not. It was not like one of my first jobs. But I guess I can share as well. Like I actually did two jobs like that, but I don't even say I did them because in one job I was like for 2 days, another was like 7 days. Because the first time, I was really desperate for some change, and they had all this nice write up in a job description and job advert, like we were doing this, you're gonna be talking to customers and fetching the clientele and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it was just fucking standing in the mall and asking people to, stopping people while they were like shopping around in some shopping mall, yeah, and trying to convince them to listen to you, that you are trying to sell whatever, product
Yeah.
or service or anything. I was like, nah, well, yeah, this is not what I want to sign up myself for. And then I fell for it again, like not that long after this first experience. Again, I went to this job because of the advert, and it was this time it was not like in person, but it was calling. It was just calling people and like just going through the list of.
Yeah, you had like a pitch.
Yeah, they gave me a phone, a tablet, and these websites where you can like get numbers for people which are like a business owners, or some like people running business. I forgot, businessmen, I guess, or businesswomen.
Yeah.
And it's like this register of these people, so you don't even know who you are calling. You just have like the name of the company and the number and the name. So you go there and you hope to get connected to the business owner, because you're not supposed to be talking to like staff or anyone else.
Yeah.
And this was about like getting them to buy some stocks, like yes, or shares, in or stocks or shares, basically.
Yeah, I get calls like that nonstop.
And you get like shitty percentage, because you can't, as rookie, you can't even do the sale. You just have to make them be interested to call again, and then once you get them hooked, they will get they will get linked to the actual broker,
Yeah.
who will do the sale and who is licensed to sell shares.
So they get all of the money as well.
Yeah, but and this is just like a huge group of people calling, annoying people, and hoping that someone will catch. But at the end of the day, you will not even get that much money for it. You're getting paid like minimum wage, and you are hoping to get some percentage of the sale, which doesn't need to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was basically it. It was horrible. I lasted 5 days. Yeah, 7 days. I mean, like a week. So from Monday to Friday, and then I was done. I was like, I would rather be unemployed, and I will be looking for jobs more, even if I don't have money right now, like back at that situation, But I can't be doing this because I hate it, and the money was not even worth. And for the money, it was not even worth it, to do that.
Yeah, it's the same reasons I had for just being there 2 weeks. It was just shitty. Money was shitty. Everything was just shitty.
Yeah.
So,
but have you done any jobs or like manually, like not like phone or PC, but I don't know, construction or bartender or something like that?
yeah, actually, a friend of mine's aunt owned a hostel, like a very small, cheap hotel, with like bunk beds and stuff, up in the North Cape region, so like the most northern point of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually took summer jobs there from when I was 18 till like 21, maybe. I think I was there almost every year.
What, like a reception or?
No, I was doing breakfast and room cleaning.
Okay.
So she would just hire like my friend and his friends basically, along with some Polish people who lived there, and we would just come up during the peak season.
Polish people are even at the northest part of the Europe.
Yes.
Like there.
Yes, actually.
Like no hate to Polish, of course, but you guys are everywhere. Any country, any given time, any geographical location, you can find some Polish workers there. That's
yeah. In Norway, actually, that's kind of interesting. In Norway, we have a lot of Polish people working.
Mm-hmm.
but it's mostly because the Norwegian work attitude is so shitty.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
could hire a Norwegian person and they would be super lazy and complain about salary and having breaks and stuff. But then when you hire a Polish person, they just work really effective and good. Uh, they have lunch and they keep working and that's it. So the work ethic of Polish people is just miles above the Norwegian standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much quicker and everything. So that's why there are a bunch of Norwegian or Polish workers in hotels and stuff in Norway. It's just because they're better workers, really.
You know,
Norwegians are kind of lazy.
there is a yeah. I think it was similar situation when I was living in the UK. You know, you have not just Polish but people like Slovaks like me or Czechs or other like people from let's say Eastern or Central Europe
Yeah,
working these jobs, which like you mentioned, because like English people, like native English people, didn't want to do those jobs.
yeah,
It was the like similar situation, you know. So mostly, if you went somewhere and it was something to do with service, it be it hotel or coffee shop or restaurant, you would just meet all the you know like us immigrants there working these jobs, like in services, because yeah, like you don't really enjoy those jobs, I guess,
yeah. I
you
guess
know.
I don't know.
But it is. But how did you manage? Did you like found some enjoyment when working like manually?
Oh yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. It was a really good time there, and we became super close with the Polish people who were working there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always very pleasant to come up there, and like I said, I think I said, um the the aunt of my friend who owned the place would just hire from the friend group basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just me and usually two or three close friends coming up there and just working together for the entire summer and just having fun. But we would work like 6 day weeks, and the whole place itself. I think there was like 3,000 people living in that region.
Okay.
So it was like a super, super tiny town, nothing to do except just work. So that's what
But
we did. We
but was
just
there like a lot of tourists?
yeah. It was one of the closest, best, and cheapest hotels or sleeping accommodations
Mm-hmm.
near the most northern points. So there would be like camping tourists, bikers, backpackers, etc. from like all over Europe, taking like the pilgrimage journey to the most northern tip of Europe. So they had all traveled like for several weeks up through all of Europe and Sweden and Norway and Finland and stuff. So there's a lot of cool stories from that.
Hmm.
Just a lot of cool, met a lot of cool people there actually. It was a very fun time. And the manual labor itself, like the work,
Yeah.
just cleaning rooms and stuff. It was pretty fun, I thought. I enjoyed it actually.
Okay. Well, you know, because I feel like it's important uh, to try some manual labor as well, or of course, not just try. If you like enjoy it, and of course, it's up to everyone to decide what they want to do. But I just wanted to say that I am glad that I also went through like these manual labor jobs where I learn some humility, let's say,
Yeah,
and that or be learn how to be humble and thankful for what you have, because you are using your hands, your body to work. So uh, you're putting your body to like stress, if you are working hard jobs, hard labor, but you are getting compensated, for it, be
yeah,
it good money or bad money, but also getting compensated with life experience, with the experience of working with other people and meeting, like if especially like if you're doing like service types jobs. You're meeting a lot of people, like customers and that. And I find this kind of job much more respectable as some, like calling people on phones and trying to scam them to buy something.
Yeah, yeah.
This is much more respectable to me, to myself. And right now, when I'm not doing that kind of job, because I decided to move on, because I worked in Tesco's. Tesco's here, but working for Tesco like in the UK, like a customer service. So, during my time when I was studying, filling up the shelves, cleaning
Oh
up
yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah, I had a similar
shelves,
job to that as well.
putting products or on and all that. So or working the counter. I basically went through all the jobs there are in Tesco. Like when I was getting overtimes, on different departments.
Mhm.
But my main department was bread and cakes. So it was. I didn't love the job, of course. But when I look back at it, I'm glad that I went through that experience. Because right now, when I go to the to store and I see people working there, like say Tesco, I am not gonna be rude to them, or trying to make their life harder.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know how it is working on the floor, on the shop floor or at the counter. I know exactly what it is, and I know not everyone enjoys it. So I'm just that's why I'm nice to people at the stores.
Yeah, yeah. I think I also definitely like I've also worked a similar job just in a grocery store
Yeah,
for a while too, and it does make me want to be nice more, kind of.
yeah,
Like I guess I don't think any of us would be rude to anyone, of course, but instead of being neutral, I would like smile at them and like be friendly when I
yeah,
say
yeah,
to the cashier, for example, just say hello and smile and be like, thank you when I get the receipt and stuff like that. Just small things. Because, yeah, I know I appreciated it when I was working in that place. So, really easy to just understand how they could appreciate it as well.
yeah. So I'm not saying that you must uh, do go through jobs like that, but
No,
I
of
think it
course.
will help you if you have like a career in your mind, you know, be it whatever, working in the office or any other career. It's good to at least get some experience in jobs that you don't want to do for like rest of your life,
Mm-hmm.
but you look at it as a experience always.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's part of growing as a
And
person.
yeah, and part of as like you said, growing as a person and learning new things along the way. You never know who you can meet there. You know, at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you can uh, get some friends.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Which which is always nice to meet some new people, and then it doesn't really matter what kind of job it is. And this is connected to my another question. Uh, do you think do you think satisfaction with job is always connected to money, or you can be satisfied with the job for other things?
Uh, I guess I guess that would depend a lot from person to person.
And I'm asking
Uh,
you.
yeah, yeah. No, for me, I would need some sort of compensation for whatever I do. Like I would have to earn a certain amount. I wouldn't do something I enjoyed super much, um, for like a wage that I couldn't live a comfortable life for,
Mm-hmm.
to put it that way. But I would be willing to, like on the other hand, I also wouldn't want to do a job that I hated for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it might be an unsatisfying answer, but I'm like somewhere in the middle
Mm-hmm.
where I would I would put a job that I like over a job that paid a lot to a certain degree. Of course, if I got like hundreds of thousands for a job, I would be like, yeah, for sure. I'll do this for like 5, 10 years and then just retire. Uh, but no, I would definitely appreciate something that feels rewarding to do and something that I enjoy doing more than something that I would get paid better for and have like a stressy life because
Mhm.
of work. For sure, actually. Yeah. I don't know. What about you? Are you in a similar boat or?
Well, of course, it is important to have the balance, of uh, getting paid, so you can live comfortably and progress in your life, and also having a good job, not like a culture. No, is it the right word? Culture
Uh,
or
Environment maybe?
environment? Yeah,
Yeah,
good environment.
yeah.
And that's what I learned over the years. That I was more focused on the compensation side, on the money side, than also having this in me that the environment or the colleagues are in any way important to me. But right now, where I am at right now, what I want to say is that I put it really high on my list of things that make me satisfied at the job. That
Mm-mm.
to have good colleagues, good work environment, a good atmosphere, and
Yeah.
uh, and also good money. But of course,
No, of course, yeah.
I really rate it high, and I think the longer I work, the higher on my importance list it is to
Mm.
have good people to work with, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
because uh, it makes you even more happy or more eager to wake up and go to work. Be it metaphorically, like if you're doing home office, or if you're going to like real office or place of work.
Mm.
You need some. You definitely. I think so. I feel like you need some more uh, to make you like the job than just money paid. You know.
Yeah, I would be.
So
I
it
would be.
is. Yeah, it's not always connected. Like the satisfaction with job is not always connected. Is my answer.
Yeah. No, I think I said like yes if I made hundreds of thousand on some job, but
Mm.
then at that point I would be fine just because I would have a call it a lavish life. I could. We are in the EU, so I would have vacation to take and I could enjoy my life outside of work a lot. But at the same time, like I would hate so much to wake up every morning and dread going to work. Like
And
not wanting to
yeah,
go to work.
and I think it can
Hate
happen.
that.
Yeah, and I think like it can happen even at like really high paid jobs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That you okay, your life will change for good, for better. You can afford more. You can afford to help people around you and all that, of course.
Mm.
But I think it will, if you are not happy with people who you are working with, it will catch you up eventually.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're at work
Uh,
like half the day, so
yeah.
if you don't enjoy life for that half of the day, it would probably affect the other half. So you would just be miserable for most of the time, and that's no fun.
Yeah. So work life balance is important for because of this. Uh,
Mm.
always strive to progress, to rise, like uh, in your career and getting paid more and all that.
Mm.
But don't forget about the uh, interaction around with people around you, because
Yeah, yeah.
you can feed on their positive energy. You can feed on positive energy if you have good people around, and it will maybe help you progress even faster, because you will
Mm.
do the job, you will do the work better, and everything will come eventually if you believe in it and have the right mindset for it.
Yeah, it's like a positive circle as opposed to a negative circle.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to another question, which I think we have talked about on this show before, but maybe not in this way. Social media is the main part. Like, everybody is also connected to what we talked just now. Like, do you think like this virtual world of social media is influencing, especially like younger people, how they see the jobs, like because they see all this, like they can see this all these successful, really successful people, like rich people on let's say on Instagram or anywhere, and they can fall for this like
Yeah.
quick get rich quick schemes and frauds, because they think like it is that easy to just get
Yeah.
rich quickly without doing the work. So actually I just wanted to ask you, like, have you noticed this trend about like social media, that you see a lot of people like promoting these schemes, or sign up for this or sign up for that, and or like these online courses, they will guarantee that you will be rich after you attend them, but you have to pay for these
Yeah.
courses. Have you noticed these advertisements? Like,
I've noticed them a bit. Yeah, for sure. I'm not much on social media actually. I'm just on Twitter, and I guess you could call Reddit something of a social media as well.
yeah,
But that's like primarily where I am. And then sometimes I open Snapchat as well, just because I get a snap. But I don't use it that actively.
yeah,
But yeah, every time I actually on YouTube Shorts as well. They have a new thing that's like similar to
yeah.
TikTok.
I know, yeah.
I see, because I sometimes just space out and start going through them. And I swear, like you mentioned, every fifth one is one of those like get rich quick schemes, and it just looks like it's made by a robot instead of a human. Super weird. So yeah, to some degree, I think I have been
Okay.
noticing that. Yeah.
Because I went through this period, like I didn't believe anything, but I just watched a lot. I don't, for some reason, because I think I found it enjoyable, like funny, to like watch a lot of these videos by these, like they call them YouTube gurus, or like financial gurus, and they like
Yeah.
make these videos where they like explain how you have to think or how you have to behave, what you have to
Yeah.
do to get rich, and then of course every video ends up with them wanting you to sign up for their online academy or online university,
Yeah.
which is like a course that you pay a lot of money for to join in. And of course I haven't attended any of this bullshit, but from what I saw, like people doing reviews on it, so you pay like hundreds of euros, let's say, to get in the course, and you just watch them do like longer versions of the same things they put on YouTube,
Yeah.
and they will like teach you how to, I guess, start business. And but and I'm afraid it is influencing people, be it younger people or even, I think, even older people,
Sure.
falling for these lies usually, because
Yeah.
if you pay someone like some YouTube guru and for these lectures, they will not make you rich, because
Oh.
I am not a business owner or anything like that, but I know if you want to, let's say, start a business, you don't want to work in, let's say, corporate environment, you want to be like working on your own. Everyone's situation will be so specific that they can't really help you, because it all depends on what is your idea, what do you want to do.
Where are you in the world
Yeah,
as
where
well?
are you in the world? And you just looks so seems to me like really strange, like that people are falling for this all the time, wasting all this money that they could be used elsewhere on these like online gurus.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, yeah.
Have you fallen for any like a online scam? Let's say it can be something else in the past.
Oh, no, actually, no, I don't. Not really, no. I'm trying to think if I've even bought something from one of those weird Instagram ads that was like weird.
Hmm.
But I don't think so, no. Even when I have followed some ad
Yeah.
for anything through like Instagram or something, it's usually ended up being legit. Like I've investigated it and made sure that it's actually what it seems to be. And in those cases, I've made like 2 purchases or something through one of those weird ads.
Okay.
And yeah, they were both fine.
Well, good on you. That you haven't fallen for scams on the social media. But you mentioned that you don't use that much of a social media platforms. Why is that? Like maybe let us know like what's your view on the world now with this social media connecting everyone. How you feel about it?
Well, it was pretty interesting. You mentioned how there were a lot of, especially young people, who kind of fell into that trap of thinking they can become rich and it's like super easy. They just have to do this and this. And I think it's pretty worrying, especially with young people. I think this was specific to the US, but I saw that something like 1 in 4 or 1 in 5, I think it was 1 in 4 actually, young kids these days picture themselves becoming an influencer as a career.
Yeah.
So that's 1 in 4 kids wants to become an influencer in the US, I believe it was.
Okay.
And that is just insane to me. How it can be that much. Like again, this is just some article I read, but it seemed quite legit. And actually based on some research, not just clickbait fake news. And I believe it as well, just looking at how big TikTok has become and things like that as well. Like, yeah, it's just, it seems
do you
weird.
use TikTok?
No, actually, I've been meaning to try it out just to see how it is, but I still haven't taken the leap and actually downloaded TikTok.
Like
that's what people say. Like,
I haven't posted anything yet. I've been using TikTok for maybe, I don't know, a year, maybe something like that. I was just when I have just some time that I'm waiting for someone, or doing the deed on the toilet.
Yeah.
I just go on TikTok, quickly watch some videos, and I just for fun. I had a lot of good laughs from TikTok videos. That's what I use it for. To some funny videos or even some educational videos. There are some like TikTokers making these short videos about some historical moment, about history or geography. So you can find some, like I said, proper educational stuff on there as well if you search for it.
No,
So,
I know TikTok isn't just all TikTok dancers and cringy weird stuff like that.
It's not just that.
No, I'm aware of that.
But
I guess, like I said, I haven't taken the leap yet.
I guess have you seen some? Let's talk about the. Have you seen some videos with Andrew Tate? Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know very much who Andrew Tate is. Yeah, very, very much.
And you know how he makes his money?
Both yes and no. I don't know exactly what his products, if any, are.
Well, one of his main things that he one of his of course I don't know everything he is doing, his businesses. I'm not obsessed with him, but I was doing some research, and like this crazy wave when it happened. Like he started appearing on TikTok. On like every other TikTok video was some clip of him talking on some show or some podcast or like making or talking his opinions on live on anything, you know. And then I was researching like why is everyone posting his videos, you know, and he never had a official, let's say, TikTok account, you know, and he never had one, but TikTok was full of him, and then YouTube as well, you know, YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and all that. And it was the main reason why there was so many videos of him on the internet was that it was his followers doing it.
Yeah.
Because he is running a online university, you know. He is this guru, this financial guru, you know, this life guru. So people signing up for his online courses where he will like teach you how to change your life for better, or you know, how to get rich and blah blah blah. If you sign up for it, there is like this scheme going on that if you share around videos of him and it will lead people to join in the program as well, those people will get like percentage of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's like a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yes, a lot of people, you know, promoting him. Actually, it was actually people promoting him on TikTok, sharing these funny videos or his comments on anything, which was, and all these videos were not about his university at all. It was just about getting getting people's attention.
Yeah,
and it was pretty genius. And I can say I respect. At least for this, I respect him, you know, because he didn't pay anything for marketing or advertising. He just lured some group of people, you know, to his online courses, and told them like, of course, okay, you can do this as your first business, you know, start promoting my stuff, you know. And if people will sign up to my university through your link, then you will get a percentage of it. You know?
Yeah.
So, and then the flute, you know, of course there are some people, of course not everyone who is posting his videos is part of his, like this pyramid scheme, you know? But a lot of them were, you know? I found it through, you know, I follow this YouTuber who is like an expert on dissecting these online gurus and these online scams. Like he's
could you give me the name of him? I want to actually watch that.
His name is Spencer Cornelia. I can maybe, if you don't find him on YouTube, I can send you a link.
Yeah, you can just take it afterwards. I just wanted to know his name real quick.
Yeah, Spencer Cornelia. He's I love his videos, man, because he's not selling any online courses or anything. He just has a YouTube channel where he's like researching all these gurus or these financial advisors on the internet and looking like if they are fake or if they are frauds, you know, what they do. He sometimes even sign ups for some of these courses to find out what is going on there, you know. And and he researched Andrew Tate a lot. So Andrew Tate. So this was it was a genius marketing scheme. Then it backfired a little bit because he got like banned from officially banned, but his videos are still there because he was never TikTok banned him, but he was never there. So,
yeah.
So the videos are still going on, you know, because still other accounts, other people are posting, and I think he will be a maybe good case study if someone listening to this maybe is still at the university or something,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. He
That would
would
be
be
it would be good case
perfect for
study,
that.
you know, like how Andrew Tate took over the internet because he was like the most searched person like in Google at some time at
Mm.
some point, you know. Even now, me talking about it, I
Yeah,
am
no,
promoting
exactly.
him,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
just wanted to say, you know,
yeah,
maybe you will then understand him more, you know, how he became famous, you know,
yeah. Mm.
uh, over the internet.
I guess part of the problem with him as well was that if he was like not as controversial as he is, it would maybe, I mean, then he wouldn't be as popular, I guess, because
Yeah.
controversy makes traffic. It just creates more buzz around stuff, controversy. So, but yeah, I guess the problem with him is that he's a very like his ideologies that he teaches aren't exactly good, to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's very like be an asshole and do whatever you want, kind of. And that's his mantra as far as I've seen and heard. So just yeah, just basically plow over people and be yourself and be like the boss of everything. And
Yeah.
it seems very toxic, his like attitude and everything. And it's not a very good thing to promote. But
Well, of
again, I
course,
guess
I'm not like saying that I agree with his content. I'm just I just wanted to like explain how he became this person, you know,
yeah, yeah,
and it
no.
is like you said, like using a lot of talking about a lot of like controversial topics and having
Mm,
controversial opinions, but it's also his style, you know, like how he's dressing and how he the way he talks and the way he looks and all that. So it was there was a lot of thought put in. You know,
mm,
he's not
mm.
an idiot. You know,
No, 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 yeah.
he
No,
so
I
yeah
totally respect is a bad word to use, but I see what he's done, and I mean, yeah, it works. Like he's rich as fuck and he's everywhere, so it's got to be something to it, I guess. But uh,
yeah. So but definitely uh, be on lookout for
mm,
online scams and don't fall in for any like get rich in 5 steps or anything
yeah, of
about
course.
like this. I guess I just wanted to get this off my chest on my podcast, you know, because
Mm,
I didn't do I of course I didn't fall for this stuff, but I had this period of time, you know, in my like YouTube career, like what I mean, like YouTube watching career that
mm,
I watched a lot of videos like that, and just to understand what they are trying to do. And it's really
yeah, yeah.
scammy, but if you watch those videos for fun, then you will get a lot of enjoyment out of them. You know, yeah, that you know you can look and watch them as comedic you know pleasure.
Yeah. No, that's a nice way to conceive them as well, I would say. But yeah, the problem is when you do fall for it, or the people who do fall for it, of
Yeah,
course.
because there is no substitute for hard work. You know,
Mm-mm.
you can get lucky. Of course, some people will get lucky, but that's let's say that's not you most of the time.
No, that's most of the time, yeah. It's like winning the lottery, being that lucky person who just
Yeah.
takes off. It's not a realistical goal or dream at all.
Yeah, it's good to be dreaming about
No, no,
things.
of course, you gotta have goals and stuff,
Yeah.
but the fact that you would just become viral and get a bunch of like attention on the internet after a couple of videos online, that's just
Oh,
it happens to like 1 on 1 million. You gotta put effort into it.
okay, Iben. So the last question connected to the social media stuff is that how do you feel about like if you, when you see people using phones everywhere, like when you are out with some group of people, friends or whatever, you know,
Mm.
and how do you feel like when you're looking at them and they like most of the table they have just phone in their hands for some reason, you know? Does it make you
Uh,
annoyed, or does it annoy you?
to some degree, yes. Like if it's just like picking up the phone every 5, 10 minutes to answer a message or something like that, then yeah, sure, that's fine. But if there is anyone like constantly looking at their phone, just not being part of the conversation and group at all, then I think that can be problematic, I guess. I don't enjoy that very much. Uh, at that point, it kind of defeats the purpose of being outside and being with people if you're
Yeah.
just gonna look at your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that seems excessive to me. I'm not a fan, I could say.
So are
I
you
don't
like
have.
consciously trying to not look at your phone while you're out socializing?
Actually, yeah. Uh, I I try to have my phone in my pocket for the most part.
Yeah.
Not because I know that I would pick it up, but just to like mentally make myself more part of the conversations and things happening around me. Because I know if my phone is on the table, I will be tempted to look at it every now and then.
Mm.
So just having it in my pocket kind of removes that urge, uh, for me at least.
Yeah, well, because I'm asking because that's what I do for
Mm.
like real long time now. Like, and now it becomes like norm. I don't really think about it, but I was uh, consciously trying to not, check the phone for I don't know for social media or anything. Of course, like you said, if you get a message, it's nice to reply, to person. Uh, I'm not, maybe I'm not that popular, so I don't get that many messages,
Me
randomly.
neither. For sure,
But
me neither.
but when I get some message, some maybe question or anything, then of course I'm sorry. I will reply.
Mm.
But other than that, yeah, I am really disappointed when I see this, and it happens a lot. When you go out and just people. Uh, I know it's everybody's life, but come on, man. When you are sitting at the pub or at a restaurant, just put your phone away.
You're
Enjoy the socializing.
you're there, so why be in your phone? The stuff on the phone, for sure, it can wait half an hour. It'll
Yeah,
probably not go anywhere.
yeah.
It's yeah, just be where you are.
And also, you don't have to take a picture of everything. You
No,
know, I like
no,
to I like to take pictures of some nice things. And every once in a while I'll take a picture of my food if it's nice. Or if I cook something. You know, but even if I do, I even post it anywhere. It's just
oh
for
yeah,
me.
it's
You
just a
know,
nice memory, yeah.
but if people are like always, you know, uh, taking pictures and instantly sharing them, or I'm here, blah blah blah, you know,
Mm.
it's fine here and then, but it's not. Don't do that like all the time.
No,
No,
yeah. I don't have many friends like that, if any, and I guess there is a reason for it.
because
I wouldn't enjoy
we
wouldn't
all
enjoy
went
that.
through pandemic.
Mm.
So remember that when we couldn't socialize, we couldn't go anywhere and meet with people. So you never know when it can happen again, because it can happen again.
Yeah.
Maybe not COVID, but some COVID-20 maybe.
Mm.
Yeah. So it can come again and will be shut down. There are still countries where people are locked down, like China.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So enjoy the most of the time you have when you are like out with someone,
Mm.
be it
No,
anybody.
I think that's a really nice thing to learn. And be just I think it's called mindfulness or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not to sound like an online guru, but just be in the present and just appreciate your surroundings. Like when you eat, for example, appreciate the food you're eating instead of just watching a YouTube video. And when you talk with someone and you're outside, appreciate that. And when you're taking a walk in the woods, just kind of don't be focused on taking the nicest pictures of the wood. Just enjoy the woods, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really nice thing to be aware of and try to remember and focus on.
Yeah, for sure. I think you said everything I wanted to also say uh, to this topic. But maybe one more quick question. How do you think, like, if you compare the mentality, like, let's say Norway and Czech, do you think, like, let's say, people that you know, like in Norway, are more on the phones than people in Czech, or is it the same?
Uh,
Like
that's
who's
hard to
addicted
say.
more, or
I
is it the
think
same?
I think it will be about the same, but
Mm-hmm.
the life in the Czech Republic is more set up to be social for me.
Yeah,
This might sound silly, but just because beer and other things like that is cheap here, like food, beer,
yeah.
it's cheap to have a social life, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that lends it more to being able to have those experiences. I mean, but in Norway, going outside even for a few beers and a meal in a cafe or a restaurant would be like 2 times the price, even equating for salaries, than it would be here. So it's just way easier to be outside and have fun here, I find. So so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's part of the reason why I really wanted to move back here and live outside of Norway as well. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was just very hard to have fun in Norway.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. Well, that's an interesting view, and yeah, I heard a lot about I've been to Norway like for business trips, or maybe I
Mm.
didn't see that much, but I heard a lot about this the life, social life is a bit different because like in Norway or other countries as well, like Sweden as well, you know, like or Denmark too. I for that matter, you know, like the alcohol is or going out is more expensive, even though you make better money.
Yeah,
I guess it balances you know with that
yeah.
okay you get higher salary but you have higher expenses, so you end up being the same, you know. Maybe
Mm.
maybe even worse if you take the prices of food or alcohol to or drinks to account.
No, definitely when you're young as well, and you don't have a like most people don't have a super high paying job when they're in like their
Yeah,
mid to late 20s.
yeah.
So with the salary you would get, like a similar salary here would pay very easily for a life like that. But in Norway, a starting job when you're like mid 20s, late 20s, you just usually couldn't afford to go out more than once a month, maybe twice, depending.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my another question is, or maybe my last, let's say my last question for you is that what you said, maybe you mentioned like you are interested like in technology and gadgets. Well, so what would you say like what is your most favorite technology that you use every day?
Mm. My phone is
But
an easy answer.
yeah, so let's say not the phone.
Yeah. I was gonna rule out my phone because that would be too easy.
Yeah.
Uh, outside of my phone, I think actually my audio DAC that I have. So
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
an audio enhancer basically.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be my favorite these days actually. And the reason why I noticed that is because it broke like a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
So I had to send it in for repairs.
Mhm.
And I have a pretty good headset. It's a Beyerdynamic DT 770. It's like
Is
it's
what is the impedance on it?
it's 80 ohm. So
Okay.
not the 240 version, that would be too much.
Yeah.
But it's 80 ohm, so it runs fine for my computer, but I notice such a difference.
But what kind of DAC is that? Like, is it just USB or how big is it?
It's quite small. It's a FIO BTR5, so it's about the size of maybe a package of like it's what can I compare it to? It's like a vape stick almost,
Okay.
but a bit
So it
thicker,
connects
a
via
bit smaller.
USB.
Yeah, it just goes via
Mhm.
USB-C, I think. Or yeah, USB.
So it makes that. Well, I know what it is, but I never had one personally. So does it make that big of a difference when you want like
No,
the
it
sound, the
makes
music?
yeah, a huge difference. A huge The best
Mm.
way I can describe it is from putting your resolution on YouTube from 720 to 1080p.
Mhm. Mhm.
So 720 isn't bad. It's totally fine. It's you notice some pixels here and there.
720 is pretty bad today.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty. I mean, maybe
today,
10,
maybe like full HD to 2K.
Yeah. I think that's a better example, actually. Yeah. So, but it's still like a noticeable difference
Yeah,
when you pay attention to it, and when you're used to 2K, going down to 1080 would seem like a pretty big downgrade, even though it's still fine. So it's kind of like that. It just has more.
But the main thing you use it for is by listening to music, right? That's the main use.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I notice it even when I listen to a podcast, actually, with my setup.
Okay.
It's just everything sounds a bit more. It's just lacking. It's just something missing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been something missing ever since I had to put it back for return, like a warranty claim, because it broke very stupidly.
Okay.
Just a software bug made it crash. So, and then it just didn't turn on again. It was a common problem. I googled it. But yeah, ever since I delivered that back, it's been more lacking, and I get annoyed every time I try to listen to some song I really like, because it doesn't sound as good as it should.
You know, maybe you can text me later the name of the DAC, because I was always interested in good headphones, and I have some good headphones or earphones at home that I maybe could sound even better with DAC. I always had it in back of my mind, to try some at least some cheaper DAC for start.
Yeah. They've gotten pretty cheap, actually. I know they used to be a very high-end equipment that you would pay like several thousands, if not tens of thousands for.
Well, they are always there, but it just depends on what your requirements are, like especially like the independence of your headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Is an important factor in that.
Yeah.
And I was like, for me, my favorite gadget is definitely like Bluetooth earphones, and that's maybe contradicts what I just said, that I was all about like wired headphones, and I have an appreciation for it, especially after I bought once this. I have these Sony IMs, so they're like in-ear monitors type of earphones. So they're not like over the head, but like inside your ear.
Yeah.
And they're not sold anymore. It's like really old now. Maybe it's even rare. I don't know, because they were really expensive when I bought them. But I bought them for a good discount, because they were like going out of
out of stock.
Yeah, like they were like discontinuing them.
Oh yeah.
Replacing with new model. So I got them on good discount, but the original retail price, which was real, it was not like some fake price, because Sony doesn't usually have like this fake high retail prices.
Oh yeah.
At the big when they sell the product like as new.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when I bought them, I was just amazed, And I always wanted to buy a DAC, but I spent already so much money on them that I was like, I can't do that. I can't buy a DAC now. So I was looking back then. It was like it's several years ago now. I was looking for a solution, and like the balance out the cost. So I bought a phone with really good DAC. I know it's not the same, but I bought this. It was like the main reason I bought that phone. It was from this Chinese brand, Meizu. I don't even know if they still exist.
Yeah, I've never heard.
Chinese brand. It was not sold in Europe. I had to buy it from this shop that imports them from China, and the phone is in Chinese. Then but it's Android, so you can have English there, and Google apps, because it was running Android. Of course.
Yeah.
But that phone was special because they used I forgot the brand. I think it was Wolfson, maybe. They used like renowned brand DAC inside that phone. So the 3.5 millimeter jack was really powerful. It could really run high impedance or high end
hope.
headphones.
Yeah.
Because I even tried the phone, like used the phone, like when I was in some shop and I tried some really high and expensive headphones
Mm.
at the stores, and it was amazing. That DAC in that phone the phone itself was alright. It was nothing like amazing, but that sound it could produce through
Yeah,
the jack.
it's just something else.
So it was worth it. So I was like, okay, I got a good DAC and I have a pretty decent phone. So that's how I that's how I was rolling back then. Just my phone and my wired in-ear monitors. And those Sony, maybe one day I will bring them to office maybe, and you can try them. They still work, of course, but I don't use them that much anymore, because once I discovered the beauty of like true wireless Bluetooth earphones.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Yeah.
my favorite gadget. That I just put them on. Okay, the sound is not the same, of course, but it is dependable.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine
Yeah.
for every day, for listening to podcasts or some music on the go or at the office. So I fallen for the comfortability. Oh no, what's the how to spell
The
it?
comfort.
The comfort of it, of the wireless headphones,
Mm.
rather than the sound. But okay, of course, in nowadays you can like buy really like high end Bluetooth headphones as well with good sound.
Yeah.
But they are really expensive. But lately I've been searching around, if I can like upgrade my Bluetooth, be it like over the ear headphones or new in ear. So yeah, I've been toying with that idea, like Black Friday coming up and Christmas sales and all that.
Yeah, I
So
have
I
my
will see.
mindsets.
I will
I have a
see.
mindset on similar things. Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Definitely, once you try, be it earphone or some good earphones or headphones, and you will hear some of your favorite songs, you will be like transported to a new world. Like you will not believe like how much you were missing.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. But I also totally follow you on the convenience with
Yeah.
the Bluetooth headsets. Like I have a pair of really old earplugs, like wireless ones.
Mm-hmm.
The Samsung Buds, I think they're like 5 years old now,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love them. Like they are so good. And I'm looking for a new.
Comfortable.
They're so easy and convenient. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound is not
And
good at all,
small,
but it's just
easy
so
to
convenient.
take, easily portable.
Yeah. So the convenience definitely outweighs the audio quality.
The funny Easter egg, maybe, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that funny, but so, Sony actually made back then for those and other earphones in that series, they made a Bluetooth adapter. Like the headphones we got from work, the ones like you put on your neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they made this accessory that you can like screw, because those earphones have like they are connected on the cable through a screw, so you can unscrew the cable from the earphones itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, so they were selling this Bluetooth accessory like for your neck that you will like you can screw them on the cables and have them as Bluetooth headphones after.
Oh yeah,
But this accessory was never sold outside of Japan, and I was tempted to buy it back then, like import it like from eBay or Amazon. But it was really expensive back then for just a Bluetooth adapter, or let's say, to make your already expensive earphones wireless,
Yeah.
And I just searched for this like a few weeks ago. Just randomly, I just thought it'll be, maybe I can get it for cheap now, because it's been so long and the product is not sold anymore. Yeah, but I was mistaken. I found it. I found it like I think on Amazon Japan, but it was like what it was still around like 50, 60 or 100 euros. I was like,
Jeez.
come on, like it's been so many years, but I guess It is because it is so many years now, you know. It is
Yeah,
discontinued, it's rare.
maybe, yeah.
So I still haven't bought it, but maybe one day, maybe if I go to Japan one day, I will find in some store, you
Mm,
know, this
maybe, yeah.
Bluetooth accessory. Because I was always curious how would they sound wirelessly, you know.
Mm,
I guess it will not be the same as with cable, but maybe it will be uh, good enough, you know. But at the same time, they are not like waterproof or water resistant
mm.
because
Ah,
these
that's a
are
bit of
these
a
these earphones were made like for professionals to use like in studio
yeah,
making
I know what you
music,
mean, yeah.
so not really good for outdoor use. Even though I use them outdoors, but I was just always, you know, if it was like the rain started or something, I had to hide them or you know I
Mm.
couldn't use them. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Le- uh, I didn't expect this question to go for so long, but it's okay, you know. Uh,
Yeah, no, it's good
it's
conversations.
fine.
I've enjoyed it.
But so for the end of the podcast, I have this new idea, you know, that we can try now for the first time. I would call this part "Ask Kamil." So ask me. So I'm giving you a space to ask me, let's say, one question that was not part. It can be about what we've talked about or something maybe that you are curious. Do you have
Uh,
something on your mind? You don't have to, of course.
no, I thought about two things. I think what I'm gonna ask is, what is your funniest memory from your time in the UK? Because I know you've been there, and I know
Okay.
you did a lot of stuff there, but I'm not sure what exact. So if something comes to mind when I ask that, I'd be curious to hear what it is.
Okay. Well, it's been really it's been a long time, and my memory is really not that good, not that great lately. But maybe I had a lot of funny stories from when I was working, you know, various jobs. And to not really go in detail what kind of job it was, but it was basically I was a delivery driver for some time. I was delivering like on the driving. I was driving the van and
Oh yeah.
delivering food, so like milk and bread, and but not like to people's homes, but to like restaurants or to grocery shops, you know,
Mm-mm. I know what you mean. Yeah.
like delivering the mainly it was mainly milk and bread and bread, you know, the English bread, which is like a toast bread, you know, packaged bread,
Oh yeah,
not
yeah, I know
not
what
not
you mean.
fresh bread.
Yeah, yeah.
So and this one time I was delivering with my how do you even say it? Like my sister's husband, is that like a brother-in-law,
Uh,
brother-in-law, right?
I guess brother-in-law. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were we were delivering. It's actually I can say two things because these are really short
Hmm.
moments. Like one time we were delivering to this shop. I hope many years has I have now passed, so it's okay to say that. We were delivering like a lot of milk, you know, and I knew like we had this big package, and one bottle was leaking slowly
Oh.
because there was always some bottles leaking, you know, because milk in UK is usually sold in like plastic bottles, you know.
Mm.
So I saw it at the bottom because they are packaged and like all bunched together in like this plastic. So and I saw milk at the bottom of the plastic, so I knew one bottle must be leaking, you know. But I was like, it's gonna be okay, you know, no one's gonna notice. So we just delivered the milk there, like, and I put the one that was leaking at the bottom, and I put the other ones on the top, so it's not like easily seen. I was like, we were, so we came there. I was like, oh, it's your milk. Yeah, we put it on the floor, and I was like, oh, okay, now we go. So but, I was like, goodbye. Yeah, the second we left the shop, I just started to run to my car, you know, to get away
Yeah.
quickly. So I'm running down the hill because I had to park all the way at the end of the street because there was like we couldn't park at the front of that store because there was like this the markings that you can't stay here.
Oh yeah, no parking zone.
Yeah, not even for like delivering.
Mm.
Okay, but I'm running, and my brother-in-law, he sees me running, so he starts running as well. He's catching up with me. He's like, "Why we are running?" So while we are running, he's asking me why are we running? I'm like, one milk is leaking. We need to get out of here. Because that would and yeah, that was it, because it would mean like we have to go back again, give him
Yeah.
another one, go back up the hill with the milk, give him new package or blah blah blah.
It's just a whole lot of work.
Yeah. So just run, let's just run. And yeah, so the other one was similar, like we were delivering to the small grocery shop, carrying the milk in the hands, and we put it on the floor, and I turned around and I saw these little droplets of milk behind us. So like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
another bottle is leaking. So the way I exited the shop was like this Michael Jackson style. So I was sliding my feet backwards, leaving the shop. And my brother-in-law saw me doing it, so he was doing the same. So we were like this dancing out of the shop, so covering the droplets with our feet,
Yeah,
and saying like, "Goodbye, have a nice day." And he was like looking at us by, probably thinking, why doing like Michael Jackson, moonwalk? But like, I'm just trying to cover up the milk, so I don't have to go through this process of explaining. So it's a good one as well. Yeah, so I guess I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, no, that. I can picture those scenarios in my head.
Yeah, you can picture me like this, sport clothing, with this high vis, this green vest, and
Just like
all
moonwalking
dirty
out of the
from
store.
milk, moonwalking out of the store backwards, open up the door behind me, just saying bye. Yeah, I did that.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, this really takes me back. It was a really long time ago, but I will never forget that moment.
It sounds fun.
Yeah. Okay, Iben. I guess we can call it here. We had some good conversation. I hope people found it enjoyable today. Another English episode, which I plan to do more of. Not because most of the episodes are been so far, in Czech or Slovak. So I'm glad that you came. Thank you.
Glad that you had me.
Maybe if you can share any comment at the end, like how did you like your stay on the show?
Yeah, no, I found it really fun. I enjoy talking, so it's nice. It's nice. It's fun. Just to have a space to just talk and have conversations, and yeah, it's fun.
That's what I hope, that you felt like you have a space to talk your opinion.
Yeah. And it was really fun to hear your views on things as well. It was just a good time. I think we've been talking for like over an hour now, and it feels like 20 minutes. So
yeah, it feels short.
That says a lot.
Okay, so thank you again for joining in, and also thank you everyone who is listening, who joining to listen. And don't forget to like, comment or share the video. Please, give me the likes on the YouTube. I'm not earning anything from it, It's just for my good feeling that I know that I'm doing, stand-up job that I or you can give me a comment, if you want to say what you didn't like as well, let me know, so I can improve and that. So yeah, and I guess I will catch you again sometime, and maybe Iben will come again sometimes in the future, because I still had some questions prepared, for you that I didn't touch.
Oh yes, likewise. Actually, likewise. There was a lot of topics I would like to expand on as well. So.
Yeah, so definitely you are welcome to come again in the future. And to rest of you, have a nice rest of the day, and goodbye.
Thanks again for having me.